I remember one time I let this kid move in with me. He was a little off. His parents were on drugs. We called him Crackhead Kenny, and
Why?
I have to guess because his mom was a crackhead. We'd see her randomly. Like, she'd just be on the street. He'd be like, Mom, what are you doing? She'd be like, I'm working.
Oh, wow.
At like 2 a.m. She'd be outside, like 55 years old, looking like a grandma, all dressed up in some, she's out there working the streets.
Hat. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, and make that money. But I let him move in with me. He had nowhere to live. And I didn't trust the kid at first. I had him sleep on the front porch the first 2 weeks.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Dude, it was crazy. Bad neighborhood, too. I was just like, man, this dude's nuts.
This kid, he has a crackhead mother and he needs a place to stay.
Yeah.
So you just make him sleep outside?
He just kept coming over. I'm like, yeah, there's no room in the house.
You can see, though. You can look in the house.
Yeah, it was summertime.
There's a couch right there.
There was. He was like, I'll sleep on the couch. He did even ask. I did eventually let him in the house. He's just one of these.
It's like a dog.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't trust him at first. So you're going to piss everywhere.
And, bro, I'll tell you what. He earned my respect because somebody tried breaking in my truck, and they didn't know he was on the porch, and he chased him off.
Jeez.
And he was huge. We had a weight set, and he would just work out all day. He got, like, money from the government, disability money.
Huh.
And he'd just be home. He'd be like, yeah, I get $400 a month. I could get the water turned on. We didn't have water.
Wow.
For like the whole summer. It was like we moved into this house. This guy sold us the house or rented it to us. We went to the bank to make a payment. They wouldn't take any money. They're like, yeah, there's a lien on the house.
Wow.
I'm calling the guy. Nobody ever gets back to me. We can't get water on because there's like a $5,000 water bill on the house.
Huh.
So we ended up living there for like a month rent. We were like, yo, what are we going to do? We lived there rent free. I put all this work into the house, like painted it, all this stuff.
Wow. But how do you live without water though? Toilets and
yeah, you're very low. Well, we would shit actually in the backyard.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Man,
we would just take shits in the backyard.
This is a bad look for Ohio.
I was 19, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's very much Ohio thing. We just wanted to move to the ghetto, and I remember that. I'm telling you, dude, it was just I don't know, it was cool to be hood back then. So we moved into the worst neighborhood.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, we found this neighborhood. It was bad. My friends were moving.
What part of Youngstown is this?
South side of Youngstown.
Wow.
And, yeah, dude, it was a bad neighborhood. First time we moved in, this dude tells us when we're moving our stuff, and he goes, man, I'm just coming over to tell y'all, move this stuff in at night, man. These cats is going to break in and rob you, dude. Wow. Like, that's stereo. And people did break in, just like he said. And, dude, and we had the gun, too.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there in my living room, and the gun was accessible. And, anyways, these two kids just come walking right in our house, man.
Just in the front door?
Well, we had the front door was open. There was like a screen door.
Yeah.
And they just walk right in. We're in the house, and I hear it from the other room. I hear like some commotion and kids talking.
Wow.
I go downstairs. These kids are like 7 and 11 years old.
Oh, wow.
And they got the TV wrapped up. They got the PlayStation, and they're walking out the door with it.
Wow.
And I chased them out. I'm like, yo, what are you guys doing? And it's like their dad or uncle outside. He's like, you get the shit. You get the shit.
Wow.
I'm like, yo, what the hell are you doing? Man. Yeah, the dude was right there. He's like, you going to move out? That's what he kept saying. We going to get you to move out?
Wow, you did move out.
I ended up moving out eventually because I couldn't get water.
Oh, wow.
Well, actually, somebody broke in and said it was their house. And that's what finally I was like, I'm done with this.
Wow.
Dude, I came home late. This dude comes running downstairs. It was actually the craziest burglar move I've ever seen. He's like, get out of my house. And I ran out. It's his house. And I never went back.
See, that's what confidence does in life. If you're that confident, you can convince somebody that they're in the wrong house.
Well, I never went back. I had nothing worth anything. And my roommate, he wasn't there. He was out of town. So he comes back 3 days later. I tell him what happened. He gets into a fight with his girlfriend, takes a sledgehammer, and destroys the entire house.
What do you mean?
Like, he just took a sledgehammer and started knocking down all the walls, everything. Yeah, for real. And then the people call me that originally rented me the house. They're my friends. And I told them what happened. I was like, somebody kicked me out. They chased me out. And the dude had a gun. Like, it was for real. And They were like, man, they're like, that's our cousin. We told him he could stay there for a week. He didn't tell you he knows us. I'm like,
Wow.
bro, I'm renting the house from you.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got a bigger problem than that. You destroyed the whole house. I'm like, no, I didn't. What are you talking about?
Wow.
And I go there and see it's destroyed. And my friend was over that night. And he goes, yeah, man. He goes, he was fighting with his girl and destroyed it. And they pinned it on me. These people think I did it.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm not even friends with the two kids anymore.
Wow. You realize how much work that is to take a sledgehammer? That's something you got to pay a bunch of dudes, like a bunch of money to do work all day doing that. This guy did like free construction work,
Dude.
just because he was pissed.
Yeah, so mad. Not even just the house, the garage too.
Wow.
And I took the fall for it. If people watching this knows the story, listen, y'all know I didn't do that.